It's been months since this set was done, and what's trapped inside might make your skin crawl. Soil, water, dust, and a piece of hair. They might still be holding on, but that doesn't mean that nails underneath are fine. And if the nails didn't fall off after 1 month, that also doesn't mean that it's safe continue wearing them. We can see visible signs of product lifting on top and underneath. So let's remove the product. Hello guys, I'm Anastasia, international nail expert and educator. So what's interesting is when we take a look underneath, some of her nails are really long, like natural nails, and some of them are shorter. So we need to remove the product, and it's kind of tricky when you're dealing with lifting like this, because if you just take a carbide drill bit and file it right off, it may feel so painful and uncomfortable. So I need to hold this lifted part of the nail with my opposite hand from the top to make sure she won't feel any discomfort, and carefully file off the product. So first thing, of course, I file them as short as possible, and I have a feeling that she already filed them somehow, but now I'm filing them super short, and then I need to remove the product. As I file it from the top, I can literally feel how it's jumping under my carbide bit, so it's barely hanging in there, and I think that only this little part on the very free edge is holding. Having nails for such a long time is a very bad idea, and the only reason it was even possible for her to let them stay there for so long is because she's lucky and she has long nail beds. For someone with shorter nail beds, that simply will not be possible and will be quite damaging. I think it's been more than 2 months, and her nails are outgrown 2/3 of the entire length now. So this upper part of her nail is already kind of renewed. So the only damaged part is right there underneath, and most of it will go into the part with the free edge of the natural nail. So we're definitely filing them off. In cases like this is non-negotiable. No way we can keep her natural nails. We're definitely making them as short as possible. Another issue with having nails for so long is, of course, the damage. So the nails are always designed in a way for a certain length, and we build the apex, which is the highest point, the thickest part of the nail, in a certain area, usually in the center. And once the nails start to grow longer, this apex area is moving towards the free edge. Once it entirely reaches the free edge, this is where things can get really dangerous. And especially if we accidentally hit the nail, the damage can be really bad. And another issue is possible product lifting like this. So literally we have this little pocket on every single nail where anything can be stored, like moisture, dirt, and imagine all this is basically living inside of our nails. I've been doing nails for 20 years now. I have to say that having fungal infections on nails, like on our fingers, is very rare. It's kind of common for toenails, but not for fingernails. We're building a perfect house for all kinds of infections. Now on this nail, we also have this terrible pocket lifting, and once I remove it, we found some piece of hair. Oh my God. Which means that definitely her hair and something else was always got stuck in the nails, and this is another reason to feel or remove them as soon as possible, because this can also be quite traumatizing. If you accidentally, your nails get stuck in something, we may simply accidentally rip them off. On the other hand, I kind of get it, because I heard this opinion from some clients that, oh, these nail technicians, they're always telling us that we need to do fills every 2, 3, 4 weeks, when in reality they simply want our money. They're trying to do nails so they will fall off faster, so they can make us do fills more often, so they will earn more. I don't know if nail technicians like this exist, honestly, because from what I know, and I mean I have so many nail techs attending my classes, every single nail technician I met, their goal is to make nails that will last as long as possible. So we're always trying to do our best in product application and nail prep to give you the longest retention possible. And it also depends on the nails and on the person's lifestyle. Some people do manage to have their nails for 2 months, but it doesn't mean it has to be the norm. I just explained why it can be so dangerous and harmful for your own nails to have extensions for that long. And even though nails that I do sometimes last more than a month, it doesn't mean it's okay to have them for so long, because it increases the risk of having different kind of damage on your nails. And once you have this damage, then of course you want to cover it, right? We want to hide it somehow. And if we do extensions, if we apply new product on top of damaged nails, then more likely the adhesion between the product and this damaged nail will not be as good. And that means the nails will not last as long. And this is how the disappointments start in this vicious cycle of clients blaming products and nail techs like, oh, they ruined our nails. So in the first place, all we need to do is just to find the right nail technician. If we're talking about clients, if you are a nail tech, you need to find the right technique, the right product for your nails or your client's nails. And then most importantly, we need to take a proper care of them. And number one of this care is definitely doing infills on time. And the average time is 2 to 5 weeks. I would say 5 weeks is also rare. It's actually a good time for me because my nails grow very slow. I also used to have a client, her nails were growing so slowly and we always had relatively short nails, so 5 weeks was ideal for her. But for most people, 3 weeks is average, with some exceptions. Sometimes we do 4 or 5. And also I have a few clients, like someone with damaged or short beaten nails, then 2.5 weeks might be a good time to do infill. Finally, we remove the product. Do you feel it, guys? It feels like such a relief. I can finally breathe now. Okay, so let's do the prep. And because she is lucky to have long nail beds, only the tip of her nails was mostly damaged, and now we filed it off. So only this very little piece on the edge of her nails is now a bit damaged on a couple of nails, and luckily this is not a problem for us to do new extensions. So I'm going to do some prep. I pushed back the cuticles, then I do some dry manicure. I remove the shine with 180 grit buffer. This is important, guys, by the way. I noticed that some of you mentioned, like, is it okay to use just buffer for the nail prep? Well, it depends on the buffer. If you want to use 280 grit buffer, then no, it's too soft. The ones I'm using are mostly 180 on one side, which is exactly what we need. So then I'm going to measure the size of the tips. I prefer doing this before applying prep products because I don't really like my tips, to touch this clean area with dehydrator and primer. Make sure that the tip fully covers the nail from one side to the other. If it's too small, then it's not going to last very long. Then I apply dehydrator, non-acid primer, base coat, and then I apply soft gel tips with a special gel tip glue. This is important too. You should not use regular gel or polygel, even though it may seem that they work. Yes, they do for some nails, but most of the times they're not really designed for it. So I really prefer using special products for it. So usually I just apply it on the nail, then we flash cure for about 5 to 10 seconds. If we have some excess gel underneath, I simply turn the hand over and clean it with an orange wood stick. And then we need to fully cure it in the lamp. Normally 1 minute is enough. And that's it. And there are different styles of tips. This exact style, I call it flat. So it doesn't have any apex. They're very thin, and it is not recommended to have them just like this. It's recommended to apply some gel on top. So I will slightly file and shape the tip of the tips to get rid of this plastic residue, and then I'm going to use builder gel. It's like light lilac color. I think it looks very pretty. So I apply this slip layer first. This is the layer that we apply and we do not cure. If you have some flooding of the cuticle or sidewalls within this layer, you need to clean it before proceeding. And then I take a little bit more, and this is where we build a structure. So I apply more product in the center, and the cuticle area, the sidewalls, should be thinner, and the free edge should be thinner too, but not as thin as the cuticle area. It should not be like hair thin, like paper thin. No, we should have some product in there. By the way, if you're using colored builder gel, just like me now, it's much easier compared to transparent ones because you can see right away if everything is okay with the structure by its color. So in the center, the color should be very bright, like it should not be transparent. And if it's slightly transparent along the sidewalls, then normally it's fine. It really depends on the color too. Now we don't need to worry that we have these flat style tips with this length because we also build this structure with the builder gel, and by the way, it looks pretty cute. So then it depends on the product. Some builder gels almost do not have sticky layer, like they have so little of it, which is enough for us to apply chrome powder. And if yours is not like that, then it's totally fine. You can use a no-wipe top coat and cure it for about 40 to 45 seconds. And then I would like to apply this chrome powder. I really like this look when we have some kind of pastel color underneath. And now we have this beautiful unicorn vibes. If you're a fan of nails like this, then we can just finish at this point and seal them with a glossy top coat. But we really wanted to try out this design. Some people call it unicorn tears. So this is what we need to do. First, we seal it with a top coat. By the way, you can use the top coat with a sticky layer. Those are, by the way, a bit better for sealing chrome powders. And then we are going to use a non-wipe top coat again. Apply a thin layer, and then I'm going to use a foam. I prefer the one from the dish soap. For some reason, I think they have these better bubbles. And depending on the size of the foam, you will have small bubbles or bigger bubbles. You need to apply this foam right on top of uncured top and flash cure it right away. You need to be quick and you need to do one by one nail here. If you will do few nails at a time, it's not going to work because the foam evaporates quickly and we definitely do not want that. Sometimes you will notice that this foam lifted this gel a little bit, so we have some kind of 3D nails and they may not feel very smooth. That's why I prefer to use a light buffer. 220 will be fine here to buff off this excess product, and now our nails are relatively smooth. I mean, we don't have that much texture on top, but they still look like a snake skin. And finally, I'm using a no-wipe top coat to add some tears. For me, they remind me more not of the unicorn tears, more like a water drops on a car window. And this is the beautiful design that we have. Let me know what do you think about this design, guys. If you are going to recreate it, please do not forget to tag me because I would love to see your works. I'm at Nailcou in all of the social media. And if you enjoyed watching this video, then you definitely need to check out this one where we are removing product lifting from the nails.